So I don't normally do these kinds of response videos, but we need to talk about this week's Supergirl episode and the fact that less than 15 minutes in, I was waiting for a David Hogg cameo. Edgy political commentary does not belong in poorly written primetime TV. I do not want to sit down to fluffy, mind-numbing television and suddenly find myself forced into the middle of a gun control debate. But that's exactly what happened, and out of about 1.8 million viewers, I'm probably one out of only a handful of people that disagreed with it, so here we are. Our adventure starts about 12 minutes in when a bank robber's on the loose.
I said stop right there!
Wait, was that, did they just show bullets still in the casings? No, I must have imagined that. Nope, that's definitely what they did. Alright, well, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that one. I mean, you know, maybe it was hard to find someone to research that and pay them for it. Oh damn, that must be some super crazy anti-superhero gun or something, because this guy is basically a tank and he's being pushed back with so much force, and yet the shooter isn't being affected by any recoil at all. That is some hardcore technology.
A DEO assault rifle? Oh, no, that's impossible.
Seriously?
The criminal may have purchased one of our Heal 14 rifles and modified it with a bump stock.
I'm sorry, a Heal 14?
We designed a civilian version of the assault rifle we produced for you.
They did not just say that. I know we can't expect much from networks like the CW when actual news and journalistic institutions refuse to get it right, but this show is seriously telling its audience that a standard assault rifle that we all know is supposed to be an AR-15 is capable of destroying what is supposed to be an indestructible shield.
That's him. Bottom right corner, Arthur Willis.
Okay, Arthur Willis. Are you sure? Because this says that he passes instant background check at the gun show.
Media like this does nothing but perpetuate the hysteria around sporting rifles.
No one values families more than I do, but that is not for families. That is for military personnel, trained officers, law enforcement.
This is the stuff that people are talking about when they say there's a liberal Hollywood agenda. It seems like I cannot turn on anything outside of an HBO show at this point that isn't making comments about Trump or right-wingers or immigrants or gun control. It's everywhere. And by the way, what government agent, in this case a DEO agent, is ever going to call it an assault rifle and not by its actual name? I would hope that someone in a government military organization would know the proper definition of these terms and know that an AR-15 is not an assault rifle. But Supergirl isn't done yet.
People don't like the government keeping track of the guns they own.
I never really understood that argument, that someone's right to own an assault weapon is more important than someone's right to go to school safely.
And there, that is the crux of their argument. Now keep in mind, schools have nothing to do with this episode, and this is the only time in the whole 40-some-odd minutes that schools are even mentioned. But this is about school violence.
That someone's right to own an assault weapon is more important than someone's right to go to school safely.
The show does concede in a really awkward scene that Lena Luthor is pro-Second Amendment, but only allows it because everyone is trying to kill her all the time.
I have a gun for self-defense. I have used it for self-defense.
Yeah, you're not telling me that you're one of these people that thinks that having a gun makes everybody safer, right?
So because there are active, constant threats against her life, then she's allowed to like guns. But anyone else on the show who's ever expressed any Second Amendment opinion has been told that they're only playing into what the bad guys want. So basically, the writers' opinions are that you shouldn't have a gun unless you can prove that you absolutely need one, which is usually too late. So what is Supergirl's magic solution to the gun control debate?
The DEO will begin phasing out the use of weapons of lethal force. We are destroying our guns. I believe we can have a lasting, important, and necessary impact on the world by doing this. The greatest strength in the universe lies not in war, but in peace. We are agents of peace.
Well, that's realistic. Say that it is realistic, even in this superhero fantasy world. The DEO doesn't just fight petty human criminals, it fights aliens with superpowers. How are they going to take down super aliens without lethal force or guns of any kind? Even the IRS has guns. The IRS. No government organization in their right mind is ever going to give up their guns, so I guess it's not happening. There was another episode back in season 2 dedicated to the gun control debate that held this wonderful gem.
But I sure as hell would feel a lot safer if I had one of those super-powered weapons on me to defend myself.
That's not the solution. Alien guns are bad no matter who controls them.
I don't know, it seems like it takes a lot of nerve to hero-splain to a bunch of humans why they shouldn't protect themselves when you're sitting in a bulletproof ivory tower. These 2 episodes, of course, aren't the show's first foray into politics. BuzzFeed has called Supergirl the most politically progressive show on television. The show has used Supergirl's literal alien status, like little outer space green men kind of alien, to have pretty much an entire season about immigration and refugee policy. The show features a president that's very obviously supposed to resemble the fantasy presidency of Hillary Clinton, with characters wondering how anyone could have ever voted for someone else. Opponents of the pro-alien policies of this president are literally called right-wing xenophobes. Ironically, in one episode, the show also comments about the importance of unbiased journalism. But, of course, this is a sci-fi drama and obviously not journalism, so, who cares? To some people, this might seem like a dumb and innocuous TV show, and in many ways it is, and nothing to be upset about. But there are a lot of Americans out there, young people especially, that form their political opinions from the political and social commentary made in pop culture and mass media. When I was younger, I was a full-fledged Obama supporter. Now, stay with me here, I promise there is a point to this story. I voted for Obama in his first election. I jumped up and cheered when he won. It was man's single greatest achievement since sliced bread. What was my stance on his policies? I couldn't even tell you because I didn't know any of them. But what I did know was that my environment and the people around me and all the media that I watched told me that Obama was awesome and stood for all the things that I should care about. Or else I was a monster. And who wants to be a monster? Who wants to be the bad guy on Supergirl? It is a lot easier to make up your mind because of what your favorite character is doing than it is for someone to actually do the research and find, for example, the 2013 Violence Policy Center study that found that there are 185 defensive gun uses per day.
Yeah, you're not telling me that you're one of these people that thinks that having a gun makes everybody safer, right?
Now, I'm not saying that the writers of Supergirl should be held socially responsible. I don't believe that people should be forced to police their speech or creative outlets. But these liberal bigwigs are the same people saying that people's careers should be ruined over a tweet, or that shows should be taken off the air because of this little discretion or that one, and then yet turn around and put forth an argument to millions of people that is completely lazy and so obviously not researched. They can't complain that right-wingers on YouTube are single-handedly responsible for Trump getting elected and then say that they have no responsibility to at least research the topic they're going to argue for on their stupid TV show. It's hypocritical. Doing your research does take time, but doesn't have any consequences except for upping your credibility. Even if someone who does own guns or knows anything about guns were to see this show and possibly be swayed by Supergirl's argument, they're gonna see that clip of the shells and any credibility goes out the window. While I did see a lot of support online for the show's pro-gun control stance, it seems that a lot of viewers are also getting tired of the politics being forced down their throats all the time. But not in the way that you would think. While there are complaints about the show being preachy, the complaints are mostly based on the show no longer being a powerhouse of social justice tropes. A lot of viewers have taken to social media to complain that the show's writers no longer bother with writing in character at the expense of feminism, social justice, and Supergirl's responsibility to young girls. So I guess in the end we have kind of the same complaint, which is still lazy and terrible writing. It seems at this point the show has taken their agenda so far that not even the leftists can stand it. That's it for today's video. As always, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you really like my videos and want to help support my channel, you can do so over at Patreon or through a one-time donation through PayPal, Bitcoin, or Litecoin. Until next time, thanks for watching and helping me to spread the message of liberty.